Greetings to my dear sorors. I wish I could be with you for this great celebration of your 60th anniversary. I feel very close to the Tampa chapter of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. As a group of alumni, you have a distinguished record, but a part of that record I feel identified with because I had a hand as national president in your becoming the Tampa Alumnae chapter of Delta Sigma Theta. I also want to say I love your theme because I think it is beautiful and challenging. Because when you talk about the Renaissance and look at yesterday, today, and tomorrow, you can take great pride in your accomplishments of yesterday and in what you are doing today. But I think the beautiful thing is you are looking to tomorrow, and that I want to congratulate you and say to you that all the way your sorors across the country must be proud and must be glad that they have you, and that you will keep moving forward and keep Delta Sigma Theta moving forward from a great record of achievement, of contribution, of scholarship, and of service. And I want to thank you for including me, even though I cannot be with you. But you know that my heart is with you because I love Delta Sigma Theta and has cherished this opportunity to say congratulations to you.
So ladies, it is my distinct honor and pleasure, and I'm about to have a moment, because I am so pleased to present our two charter members, Eula Mildred Williams Dennis and Carl Mary Holt Clark. It's so wonderful to be here and to see you. I'm gonna down the CEO Club.
Sorrows and my aunt had lived there, and somehow she found out that I was a Delta. She got in touch with me. That was Sorrow Linda Ray, who is now deceased, and she invited me to her aunt's home. She had a nice lawn at that time of the corner and 10th Street. She didn't tell me. She said a group of Deltas are coming over. We would like for you to meet with us because you are trying to get a job related. I didn't know what they were wearing. I had on a yellow figured dress, and when I got there, they were in black. There were 6 of us. We did many things socially, as well as our programs through National Chapter. But you really do have to remember that during that time we were a segregated society, and most of our significant activities were performed, I hate to say underhanded, but we were contributing to the things which made our next generation better.
Ours started out small, but every year got bigger and bigger. And all the places in Tampa we've been to, all the major hotels, we've been to the biggest ones we had at Pope Homer Pestilent Armory in West Tampa. And that was a big place, but we would fill it to capacity. And people would come from all over the city, with Bradenton and Sarasota Sorors. They would bring lots of people, and it was wonderful. February was always the month for Queen of Hearts, and May was the time for Jabberwock.
Also in the 80s, that was the time that we attempted our venture in Countdown at Cassini. Although I was not president at the time, I was serving as a financial secretary, something at that point. And Countdown to Cassini came available under President Finlow. So Tampa Alumnae became very involved in that. We invested our own private funds in making the movie. Unfortunately, the movie never really took off and became a great venue, but we still felt proud that we had invested in the movie and we had done something that no other sorority had attempted to do. And
we had tried for so many years to have Delta Academy. And my focus and what I really wanted to happen before I left my tenure was to start Delta Academy. And this is a program, it's called the Betty Shabazz Delta Academy. And the age level for this program was from 11 to 14, and its emphasis was science, math, and technology. And it's one of our national initiatives.
We also made sure that as a chapter, we were actively engaged in activities that were happening on the local, regional, and national level. One such activity from a social advocacy piece was that of attending Delta Days in the state capitol. We always made sure that we had representation in Tallahassee, and that while we were there, that we were becoming more and more abreast of laws and how those laws affected or impacted the Black community. It was also during that time that we began to attend Delta Days in the nation's capital, and that we would make sure that we would have representation among the chapters that went to DC. Again, the same issues in many cases, but more so on a national level.
Well, you have had an opportunity for the last few minutes to travel through time the Tampa Alumnae chapter of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. We have a rich 60-year heritage. The Tampa Bay community still needs the services that the ladies of the Tampa Alumnae chapter of Delta Sigma Theta offers. So the Deltas will be here for another 60 years to provide those services. Tampa needs us, so we will do whatever it takes to ensure that this community receives those services. Tampa Bay still needs us 60 years later.
When you look at our history and you see the ladies' positions that they held, when you look at the activities that they were involved in, when you look at the kinds of things that we presented in the community, oh goodness. And at the same time, Tampa was good for Tampa. There are so many things from our history that we have done, and we are continuing that legacy. Really, I don't know what Tampa would have done without us. Now that's being a bit selfish, but that's the way I think about Delta Sigma Theta.